Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and today I think my anger has subsided enough that I'm ready to work on this spreader again. Since you last saw it, I ended up painting the wood because it was pretty dry and it needed something done to it. So I figured it would suck up a lot of paint, so I spent some time with a brush and put on different coats of paint to get the wood where it needs to be. And I'll go back afterward and mask that up and then work on the metal. But our next order of business is going to be to take the floor chain loose so that we can get the back shaft out of the spreader. And so we need to get this chain around to wherever there are two connecting links opposite each other. I've seen different places where there's one thing that can come out, but I haven't seen any places where there's two in the same spot. So I'm going to have to really pay attention as it goes around and try to figure it out. I'm on the fence about this chain. I know I probably should just replace it if I ever decide to use it, because I just know it's going to tear if you put a load on it, because why not, you know? There's a few places that somebody has put fixes in, like 1/4-inch bolt there, and I know that's not right. This is actually the heavy-duty floor chain option in the parts book. Standard was the flat links, like you would see on any type of old implement, and then this was heavy 667 chain, I believe. So anyway, that is where we're headed on this, and I'll start it up and we'll run it slow and see if I can catch a place where there's two connector links on each side, so I know I can take it apart there. Okay, so it looks to me like right here there's several options to take loose, and over there is one with a pin in it that you can take loose. So it looks like it's also had some repair links done to it. So this is probably where we'll split it apart, and hopefully this is somewhat salvageable again, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we got that disconnected. Now, I think what we'll do, instead of pulling it all the way out, if I can help it, I think I'll just try to fold it over on both ends, like fold it over the beaters and maybe fold it over the front, so I got enough room to work. I don't know how well that'll go, but we'll find out. So here, we're going to disengage all of this mess because it's not even put together right. This is supposed to have a torsion spring on it holding it in, and so is this little flipper that's not even positioned right. It needs to be up here, and so we'll take this off and see what we accomplish with this. Good old barbed wire farmer fix. I probably should have brought more tools than when I did. Just sit here. Okay. Okay. What's interesting here is I'm betting that there was supposed to be a bolt through there holding this tight, and I wonder if he took that out so he'd have a hole to be able to put this in. So interesting the way people arrive to fix things. Now we will have to figure out how this comes apart. I'm not even entirely sure that it's attached correctly. It's just been working for some strange reason. So up top, what makes this go up and down is that there's an arm attached to the gearbox. I don't know if you can see it up in there, but that's got to come out of here. And I'm thinking that it hasn't even been attached. It has just been wedged in there enough that it's been able to rotate it without a load on it. So we're gonna see what happens if I get a little pry on it. So I wondered about that. This hole is threaded, and I wonder if there was supposed to be another one, a bolt in through here that's threaded in there, and that has twisted off down in there. We'll find out. We'll just keep taking stuff loose till we accomplish something. But it was working, so it must not have to be too precise. As much stuff is cobbled up as there is. Well, here we have a keyed drive ratchet, or whatever you want to call this piece. So what are the chances you think I'll be able to pull that off of there without destroying something? I guess we'll give it a try. I'll clean it up a little bit and then give it a pull. I know the two gears back in there that the chain ride on are like riveted to the shaft, it looks like. So it'd probably be easier just to take this off both ends and leave them alone. So I'll clean it up a little and put the puller on and see what happens. Oh, I think we might make it. I'm amazed. Spoke too soon though, probably. Gets tight and then it jumps. So hopefully it'll keep moving. I ran out of welding gas, so I can't heat it today. It's gonna fight till the bitter end though. It's not gonna come off by hand. There. Amazing. Amazing. And that looks like that has been destroyed at some point. Need to get that out of there. Probably shouldn't do this, but I will. That did work. I don't know how. There we go. Hey. Okay, so that didn't have a cotter pin in it either. Well, that's been totally destroyed at some point, so that's good. That's what you like to see. But at least the piece is still here. So that's kind of amazing that somebody was able to find that, unless it broke while they were working on it, putting it back together. But interesting. I don't quite understand why this piece won't fall out of here. Something is holding it. It must be something in the... I wonder if this had a bolt through it, threaded into this, and it is twisted off. And the piece is still threaded in the back there part way, and that's why it was working. I bet that's what's going on. Let's turn it and see if we can get it. That's what it feels like. Well, I suppose we can just blindly cut off wheel that and hope it's nothing that's irreplaceable. It should just be another bolt, but I should probably go back and double check the parts book to see. But I think I'll probably end up just cut off wheeling the bolts that hold these pillow blocks in, because they're not even tight. So it's been in really great shape here at the end of its life. I guess we'll just start hacking and see what happens. Probably should get a bigger cutoff wheel, but we got it. It was definitely just a bolt stuck through there, and that hole is threaded. I don't know if it just wasn't the right size bolt, so there's a chance that maybe that's okay. A fiber spacer. Don't know about that. Have to look in the book, see if that was supposed to be. We've got our very loose pillow block with, this side isn't as bad, but that other side is way wore out. It's gonna need a bushing. I guess we'll just drop this off of here, and then we'll get the front shaft out and pull this chain up off the ground and put it to the side while we hunt for parts. So an interesting problem I discovered on the other side, which I think is the same for this side, is that the bolts are rusted in here, and just cutting the nuts off or getting the nuts off is not going to let this fall down. The other side, one of them pulled through the top, and the other one I cut the head off of. This side I'm going to try to turn them if I can get the right size on here, and see if I can get them to spin, and then I can cut it off hopefully and drop it out. Otherwise I'm going to have to cut from the top, and that's kind of a pain, but we'll make it happen somehow. We're in it this far. Have it, back shaft out. We can see that it's wore pretty bad, but I think we can work with what we got. If we put a sleeve in this and make sure we can grease it, it will probably last the rest of my lifetime. I very much doubt I'm going to spread much manure, but we'll try it out. See what happens. We'll come up with something. So to get this off, we have to loosen all this up, because the adjustment bolt pulls through this piece of pipe, which is obviously not strong enough because it's been all up through there, as we can see. Maybe you can't really tell on camera, but that's bent. And while doing this, I also noticed that this chain is tore. So what fun. We're gonna get to probably definitely replace the chain, and the spreader is ever so nearing the scrap heap because it's really starting to tick me off. But I'm in it this far, I might as well keep going. But you may not see it for a while because I may shove it in the shed and not work on it for a year. I don't know. We'll see how I feel once I get this apart. There. Now you should be able to see it's bent. A bent shaft on a scrapyard manure spreader. So, we got a lot of homework to do before we're ready to put this back together again. Well, as always, I hope you enjoyed some of this video, at least. And if you can, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Then I might be able to keep making stuff that has Oliver and White implements and tractors in it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.